What's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 6, The Reunion Part 1. So, you guys, we are back at it once again. Another day of bad fashions, overrun storylines, and putting on for the camera, child. It's the same thing every year. Nina is the host again this season. We always feel like Nina does a good job. Mona did good picking her. I was not happy about Nina's hair this season. I was just like, oh, Nina the blonde. I hate when people wear blonde and don't have roots. Okay, some of y'all might say, your daughter had blonde and didn't have roots. I hated her hair too. Oh, shit. But it's her hair. Thank you, Jesus. She put her hair back black. But, you know, it's just like, I feel like in order for it to not look like a wig, I mean, everybody knows that you're doing a wig, but it looks more like a wig or a closure or a frontal or something if everything, you know, blonde don't just grow from your head. I just don't like that look. But, you know, otherwise she looked nice. I thought her outfit was nice. It was black. I couldn't even tell if it was a jumpsuit or a pantsuit or a dress or whatever. But, you know, her makeup was done. And for the most part, I liked how people looked. Nobody really stuck out in my mind. We can talk about the messes, though, for sure. Okay. Diamonds and Pearls is going to be at the top of that list. He looked like a damn hip-hop version of Tony the Tiger. I know all of his clothes must smell like musk. He never wears a shirt. Like, who thought that that is sexy? I mean, you would think that he was super chiseled and everything, the way that he must have that jacket open at all costs. Yeah, that was a... Jason had on lipstick, or at the very least, he had on like colored lip balm or something, because I was just like, why is his lips pink? It even looked like he had a little contouring going on. I said, okay, Jason. And then Ray the gay AH, he just looked like a brown scoop of pudding. He needs facial hair. He just looked like a blob, and all this was all, you know, like this. But whatever. The rest of them, you guys, I'll just kind of get to as I get to them. I thought Princess looked pretty. I thought Ray J looked nice. I like the little tennis shoe look. I even thought that LTFP and April looked nice. Yeah, well, as I get to them, I'll try to discuss what their fashions were. Now, let's start with Diamonds and Pearls and Lil Lyrica. Diamonds and Pearls has an attitude, because I guess Diamonds and Pearls feels like enough is enough. He's been misrepresented all this time. You know, he's tired of being the bad guy, yada, yada, yada. They've got both of their mothers sitting up there with them. So Big Lyrica and Mama Dap. And, you know, that always creates a problem. The first problem that I have with this whole thing is, since when did Diamonds and Pearls not sleep with Summer Bunny after he renewed his vows? I said, okay, Mona, bitch, now listen. You ain't fixed to be changing those story arcs at the fucking reunion now. It's absolutely no... Did he not ever say this during the show, that he did this before? Maybe I missed it. Okay, maybe we'll give Mona a pass, but I'm thinking to myself, like, they never said that happened beforehand. And why hadn't we heard about this last season? And why are we acting like it was such a... Yeah, I was side-eyeing that. I was just like, now, I know I've been following this damn show close enough to know that they ain't never said that this happened before they renewed their vows, but whatever. He just keeps on saying nobody ever says what Lil Lyrica did, and, you know, Mama Dad was like, yeah, is anybody talking about that? Of course, Big Lyrica was like, yes, a lot was said, because a lot is said about also what Lyrica does. The difference between Lyrica and Diamonds and Pearls is that he continues to do it. At least that's what we was thinking when they was going with the other story arc. Like I said, they didn't change the shit up today. Lil Lyrica, you know, as Diamonds and Pearls keeps on fussing back and forth with Big Lyrica, Lil Lyrica was like, mama, chill for a second. Let me just say that Diamonds and Pearls is the way that he is because the way Mama Dap raised him. Now, ain't no mother around here want to hear that you didn't raise your child wrong, okay? Whether or not you did it is a whole nother matter. But, bitch, you not fixing to tell me what I did wrong with my child. And, of course, Mama Dap is very protective of Diamonds and Pearls. I mean, to a fault. Sometimes it's just like, okay, Mama Dap, you know your boy is wrong. She's not really saying that he's not wrong per se. She's just wanting to make sure that he not dragged through the mud. Your mama need to stay out your business. Big Lyrica said, I'm gonna speak my damn truth. And, you know, Diamonds and Pearls is frustrated because he keeps on saying that Big Lyrica is their problem. I said, okay, we gonna have to roll this back again, Diamonds and Pearls. Okay, it's always a reaction to the shit that we do. Listen, Big Lyrica is a problem. The mother's period is a problem. But most of you guys' problem, or at least 50% of the problem, is the fact that you guys have so many people in your business. Okay? That is one of the reasons why you guys can't communicate, because look at how much you got all this other friction and yelling and screaming. Big Lyrica might have her daughter's best interest at heart, but your daughter's grown and she keeps on going back and forth. Let her figure this shit out. You up here yelling and screaming. Oh, and side note, Big Lyrica, nobody is saying that Big Lyrica doesn't look good for her age. I think her wigs be too much and they probably age her more. But that suit that she had on, she's just too old for that. You're just too old for that. I just wish that they would style both of them mamas differently. But anyway, she keep on saying that this is her truth and she gonna speak it. And Mama Dap, Mama Dap ain't gonna let this shit go down. So everybody is yelling and screaming. They jump up, the crazy 88s run up there, and he was just like, I'm trying to talk to my motherfucking wife. And Mama Dap was just like, you guys need to stay out of it. You trying to make my son look bad? You jealous of my son? You jealous of me too? I said, what is we jealous of? Mama. And then of course the comedy hour started, because then Diamonds and Pearls had to act like he R. Kelly and try to act like you guys are doing so much to him and all that, whatever. The mamas is always the maddest out of Diamonds and Pearls and Lyrica's situation. And of course, the crazy 88's got to get him off the stage. Fuck that bitch. She always trying to say something, trying to make herself look good. Nobody's saying what her daughter did. It just fell apart. I know what Mama Dap is trying to do, but really the best thing is for you guys to get out of it. But we can't fault the mothers if you guys keep on going to them and telling them shit. Now they had Kendall backstage. I forgot to mention him. He was like a correspondence for backstage, and the mamas was supposed to sit down with him. I mean, Big Lyrica did sit down with him, and she was just saying how Diamonds and Pearls does come to her as well, and she tries to talk to him and all of that. But for the most part, the mamas was too heated to really have a conversation with him. I don't know. This whole thing with Lyrica and Diamonds and Pearls, something tells me that it started off as a joke and it just got way worse. When Lyrica was talking about Ray J protecting Princess's heart and making her feel safe, I was just like, oh, these two are so tiring. First of all, Ray J is not y'all friend, okay? Even though Ray J was just like, well, Diamonds and Pearls is my friend, and, I want to make sure that his heart is protected throughout all this too, okay? Big Lyrica was like, ain't this about a bitch? All right? But he says that we do talk about staying faithful and loyal and all of that, but we know that Ray J was a lot of the cause from last season why he kept that ruckus going. Okay, the bullshit about supposedly her sleeping with Safari and all of that. How can you call a person like that your friend? It makes no sense that Diamonds and Pearls is friends with Ray J. It makes no sense that Lyrica is friends with K. Michelle. Now, I didn't say that they couldn't just be cordial to each other, but I wouldn't trust them motherfuckers as far as I could throw them. Let me stop cursing as much, because, honey, YouTube been flagging my Love and Hip Hop videos. I was like, damn, a bitch can't curse? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to start censoring myself. That shit is hard to do with Love and Hip Hop. But the bottom line is, you guys, is that Diamonds and Pearls is the initial problem, okay? If you guys are trying to work through your relationship, some women are okay. Well, not okay, but some women will try to work with you if you've had an affair, That means to stop that shit if we trying to work this out, and then you and I can move forward from there. It don't mean to keep doing it over and over and over and over and over. And I think that's where Diamonds and Pearls is missing the memo. Basically, they don't trust each other, like Brittany B said in the back. And when the trust is gone, you ain't got nothing. Now we move on to Princess and Ray J. I really feel like these two also have created more problems. Maybe their life done got boring. It seemed like maybe they have more spice when they fighting. It's not much here because the drama has happened since this reunion, but whatever. She's having a boy. We do know that much. Me and Princess, we hit an all-time low in our relationship. But sometimes you just gotta make a mistake and, break up and then come back together just to prove how much you love each other. Y'all can get through this. You just gotta lock in. You gotta stay loyal. Okay, and hence the word, you guys, lock in, stay loyal. Like I said, you can't keep doing it over and over and over. You're not really getting the concept of working shit out. They start talking about that damn Bugatti, you know, the whole thing, and they can try to convince us that that was a real story. I mean, I'm just gonna give it was based on a real story. Maybe somebody stole Bugatti earlier in the day and they got the damn dog back later on that night. Okay, but we had to make it a whole like Kendall said, he had a whole damn episode. You know, most people thought that we made that up, and I was just like, why would we make up our dog being kidnapped? I said, boy, do you know what show you on? Fuck you. Go somewhere, Ray J. Now, we also got a view of Apple Watts earlier in the simulcast, you know, back there talking to Kendall. What did he call her? What do you call her? Majorette, a ninja major? I don't remember what he called her, but you know, she had on like some chaps with the fringes. You know, she had like a little face mask fringe thing, you know, and I mean, it was just sort of like your stripper wear. I mean, I've seen worse, you know. It was making a statement. It was still a lot. It was downplayed to me for Apple Watts. I mean, she didn't even have her baby here. I was disappointed. I was ready, y'all. I was ready for a dramatization. I was about to be like, bring this around, scoop it around this way, and then loop it around and bring it back. But not today, you guys. But Apple Watts, she definitely had a lot to say. Now, you guys know, I told you guys how I felt about that guy that took that meeting with him and Yo-Yo and Apple Watts. I know I'm a good judge of character. Okay, it ain't too many times where I don't see something in somebody when, you know, when they fucked up, I'll be like, But I told you guys that I felt like that guy was wrong for not what he said, but how he did it. And even Yo-Yo said, I said, I knew it. Yo-Yo was like, I wish he would have just told me not to take the meeting, you know, instead of doing that on camera. So that was foul. And on top of that, Apple Watts says, you know, and then afterwards he told me that he wanted me to be like the judge for a stripper fest. Okay, so you can't have her for when you on TV, but then, you know, behind the closed doors, you want her to be your stripper fest host. Yeah, see, I knew it. But you guys, as far as Apple's crack antics, Apple is just a whole lot on stage. You know, she was just like, everybody be talking about, you know, 1 minute she talking about this, the next minute she talking about that. No, bitch, I'm trying to talk about something you don't even understand. I said, we don't even understand what you're talking about now. She said she does drink a lot. She's never, you know, not denied that, but she don't party all the time. She only go out twice a week. Nina was like, that is a lot. She was just like, no, it's not. But look, it's Taco Tuesday. You know, you got Friday, you got Reggae Sunday. Okay, Apple got to be there and she got to partake in a turn up each time. Hell, maybe if she was busier, she'd be more productive. But you know, she ain't got shit else to do, so she might as well go and turn up and hang out and drink and party and have herself a good time. I said, ladies and gentlemen, here is Apple Watts. Now, what is it that they say about an idle mind? Okay, it's the devil's playground, right? Your mama didn't tell you that just because she wanted you to go do something, get you some business. It's true. Like when you don't have anything to do, you waste a lot of time doing mindless shit, and a lot of times you get yourself in trouble. Apple Watts is sort of in that place, but she enjoys it, and she can't even stay focused long enough on what her talents might be, even if it is stripping. Okay, girl, parlay that into something else, you know, but nobody wants to see you spiraling out of control because of this drug use or this alcohol use. They never bring up drugs. It's always alcohol, but I'm telling you, those are crack antics, okay? Those are pills and whatever else. This drug culture is for real. We'll talk about it more on top of the blog. Because, child, I was reading up about that juice world today. I was just like, this can't be true, but I'm getting off track, okay? Nina does bring up, you know, her trying to take up for Lyrica. She was just like, you know what, Nina, truth be told, okay, I don't care what another bitch do with her pussy. This shit is gonna get me flagged. I'm just trying to tell the people what they say on YouTube. Bitch, I'm worried about my own pussy. You know, I just look down and I say, girl, you good? And she said, yes, I'm good. You know, I said, why is we clucking? Why is we clucking? Apple Watts, I still think that she's a good person. You know, she was just like, I'm not trying to go back and forth too much on internet, you know, kind of like how all these people do. You know, she was talking about Zelda Monster and Paris and all them and beefing back and Britney and Lyrica and all of that, you know, because she's like, in real life, you know, you affecting people's lives. I was just like, well, she just was caught up in the some sort of silly internet beef with the other girl from Flavor of Love. What's her name? You guys know who I'm talking about. She was just caught up in some shit with, that last week. So it was just like, or 2 weeks ago. So it's just sort of like, we just see kind of the downward spiral. Something drastic might have to happen to Apple before she opens her eyes. I mean, Tierra was there and trying to explain to her, or just explain to us how, she finally had to make a decision. And does she want to live or does she want to die? That whole situation with her driving the car. I mean, yes, in a perfect world. And if we were, I don't even know if Tierra's hit her rock bottom, because every time we think that she has, then she come back and do something else. That 3-wheel car driving thing is crazy. I'm really hoping that she's at that place, but I'm not quite sure. But I think that Apple Watts is going to have something happen serious enough to her where it scares her, and for her to just kind of be like, okay, I need to move different. She ain't there though. She is not there. Okay, now this whole thing with, first of all, why is Marcus Houston there? Ain't said nothing. Just got his Ray-Bans on and just kind of sitting out there. Why is Booby there? He ain't said nothing. Again, just sitting out there in the audience, warming up seats. Anyways, they talk about Raz-B. We thought Raz-B was supposed to be on this season, and he didn't. Probably good that he didn't come on this show, because we know that he's trying to figure out his mental his mental peace, and let him do that. As far as LTFP, you guys, he's saying how Omarion asked him to come on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood because he really didn't have any friends. He had to act like he had some friends. So even them as co-workers or just band members, okay, he came on the show and did like Omarion a favor. Now, whether or not Omarion asked him, okay, we'll give you that. Quit acting like you didn't need this gig, because who is still on the show and who's not? O is gone. LTFP is still there. Left said he was never coming back, but he's back this season exploiting a relationship that he's decided to be in. As far as April being bad for the business, Jay Boog says that he did speak to Omarion, that, he knows what the issues are, but he shouldn't feel, he don't feel like he needs to be putting it out there. But for the most part, he's not just acting the way he's acting for no reason. Okay, there's a reason there. We all know it. It's April and Little Tiny Fizzle Pop, right? And like Paris said, I mean, you fucking this boy. Like, how do you expect him to be? April was just like, I could choose to who I want to sleep with. Okay, I mean, you would swear that you knew Omarion. And Paris was like, I don't need to know him. I know you. I know you a liar. And I know you lied on national TV. April was just like, whatever, bitch. Whatever, bitch. And Paris was like, you a bitch. You a hoe ass bitch. I said, oh. Y'all, we start adding, tags on the front of the damn bitch. That's when it get real serious. That April was getting so mad and huffed up and legs got open and everything. Zelda Monster was just like, April, you better be quiet before I go over there and beat up your boyfriend. I said, see, now this is wrong. All right. LTFP ain't did nothing to Zelda Monster. I can't stand them kind of people. But April is kind of, to me, she's harder than Little Tiny Fizzle Pop. Okay, he's kind of the meek one, and she's the one that's a little bit more out there. And while look like she might actually been in some fights back in her day, but she's one of them girls that get her man fucked up, because he be trying to protect her honor. She got that hot ass mouth and gonna say some things, So I was just like, Zelda Monster, you was wrong for that. But I was like, Little Tiny Fizzle Pop, I mean, are you sure that it's worth all this? He said that he's living his truth. I mean, you can't help but respect people that just want to live their life the way that they want to. When Nina asked him if he felt like April was the cause of, all the problems with B2K, Jay Boog is just mad at that the opportunity is missed. Like I've said in previous videos, I don't even know if I was Little Tiny Fizzle Pop and April. If somebody told me that I need to break up with somebody, because I'm making so-and-so mad, I'm not sure if I would be willing to sacrifice, but what I would have wanted them to do is, don't be blasting this shit on TV. Like, if you decided that you guys was going to be together, we was not going to never know. Well, we was going to know because Monique said it, but it wasn't going to be exploited like this on a TV show. Okay. You got so many more people involved in you guys' mess. And then you want him to try to help you guys by benefiting, by making money. No, it doesn't work like that. If you guys maybe would have chilled a little bit, maybe this whole thing could have turned out differently. And I think that's what J Boog was trying to say. Just don't blast it from everywhere. Live your life. Live your truth. Let's get to this money, though. As far as Moniece, they get her out there on the stage, and you know, Zelda Monster, he's the side couch correspondent. And he's asking Moniece how does she feel about their relationship. She says she doesn't feel anything. That's the whole thing. What people not getting. Listen, y'all, I like Moniece, okay? But I have to say that she does care. It does affect her. I'm not saying that Moniece wants to be with LTFP, but Moniece is affected by any person, I believe, that LTFP might be with, okay? I can't really ignore that any longer because you doing the most, you know? She gets up, she walks off the stage. Nina's like, Moniece, come back. Moniece, come back, you know? Why are you walking off the stage? You just got there. So Moniece has her own set of dramatics and is separate from LTFP's dramatics and April's dramatics. But, you know, that whole group, all I can say is I'm sorry for the little boy. I feel bad for the kid. But the show must go on, you go. So Nina's still talking to J Boog and LTFP and April. You know, is he mad about them being together? And he was just like, I'm not going to tell people what they should do in their relationships. And the side couch correspondent said, well, what would you think if he got your baby mama? You know, he was with your baby mama. And J Boog was like, I'll fuck him up. But LTFP was like, no. But the difference here, though, is that was my best friend. OK, he was just a co-worker as far as he was concerned with Omari. And OK, we'll just let that be. Okay, maybe you guys were just co-workers. But J Boog said you kind of slept with his brother before you slept with him. And they was mad because they was like, brother. He said, okay, co-worker. We all was co-workers by the time we got to this B2K reunion Millennium Tour. So we was all co-workers. Nobody was tight like that, I guess, with the exception of Fizz and J Boog, but they was group members, okay? And maybe you could have just given them that much respect, especially if, you know, you trying to get to this bag. Well, April was just like, look, there was more things happening than this being said. You know, there were other relationships. And J Boog was like, look, you want to say it, just go on and say it. I mean, do I need to go on and say it so your chamber can be emptied? Like, I mean, I know a whole lot. You get the feeling that there's so much stuff that has happened, you know, over the years with this group that nobody is really kind of trying to say because we just not really trying to put it all out there like that. But you know that all of these people up on this stage, when it pertains to B2K and all of that, they all have a lot to say. Everybody has their shit. They know, okay, it could turn into something even way worse and blow up, and they could be letting out a lot of secrets. And we already know what the secret is going to be, that J Boog was messing with Omarion's mother. Okay, I thought that was recent, but it wasn't. Evidently, it was back during the time that they was big back in the day. So when he was much younger, he was sleeping with Omari's mom. And even though that's a little something, you know, but it's different because Omari's mom is his mom and he can't tell his mama what to do. Okay. And maybe he may have felt a certain way about that, but it's different when it's my baby's mama, the woman that I laid down with, okay, who I expected to leave and cleave with, you know, having sex and relations with, my group member, if that's what you want to call it. So it's still different there. It doesn't hold as much weight as what April and LTFP have decided to do with their relationship. So, I mean, I'm guessing it's going to come out in the next episode. But, I mean, do you guys feel that that holds the same weight that Omari's mom sleeping with J Boog? I mean, if everybody was grown, even though a little birdie told me that maybe he might have been 17, 18, you know, now that is like statutory rape kind of thing. But, you know, legal issues aside, I don't feel like it's the same weight when you are my boy and you are sleeping with my baby mama. But anyway, that was the end of part 1. Somebody told me it was 3 parts. Is that true? All right, rock stars, let me get off of here, get on back to work. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Rocks, the channel's Sports Rocks, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. pull that part down right there. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.